Now, biologically, our bodies are definitely different. Socially, we're basically the same. Now, I understand what you were saying. I completely agree with all of that. When you put it like that, I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. But I think a lot of women are asking just for equity, not necessarily equality. Like, we don't necessarily want to be equal to you, but we definitely want the environment to be equitable. We want to be able to have the same opportunities to just function the way we function. Um,
Can you
I'm
give me
much
an
different.
example, just so I know so I'm on the same page with you? Can you give me an example?
So I'm much different than the average woman. The average woman does not own a garage full of power tools. The average woman just doesn't do, like, I like getting dirty and doing what I do. Um, and I know that I
The
can't
average
do the
lonely woman
same.
does.
Say what?
The average lonely woman has a garage full of power tools. Trust me.
No, they don't. No, they don't,
Bullshit. They
Darwin.
gotta get down
No,
there and
they
fix
don't.
that shit themselves.
No, they don't, because my friends call me to do all of their work. They do not do that. The average woman does not have a garage full. The average single woman does not have a garage full of power tools. They have a Rolodex full of people that they can call to do the work that they need
Mm-hmm.
done.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just
And
messing with
they pay those people for sure. But and I know that I am not able to do the things the way a man can do it, because we
Mm-hmm.
are different. But the opportunity to show up and have the opportunity to do the things that I do want to do and like to do and I am able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like in my relationship, I don't want to be looked at differently as if I'm masculine just because I'm building a greenhouse in my backyard. A lot of men are put off by that, right? Like, I want to be seen just as a person who has a lot of talents. Like,
Okay.
I'm talented, right? And so I don't want to be looked at differently because of that. Because a lot of men have a very rigid view of what a woman is supposed to be. So when I take out my power tools and I'm taking raw materials and I make it something, I don't want a man to be like, I don't want a woman to do all that. There's real manly
No,
right there. And
that's
I'm like,
bullshit.
but I got I got booty shorts and a sports bra. And I'm cute doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
very feminine. I just do what I do. And I think we're just asking for equity and just to be seen as people, just like y'all like to be seen as people and not these dainty,
Hey,
feminine, like helpless creatures.
What you got, Mark?
so I mean, I've heard this stuff like a lot of times that girls will say stuff like that, like if they like to do certain things that dudes like to do, and then that runs men away. That ain't it, man. It's the attitude that comes with it. Like, I don't know. I know your brain has to figure out like, well, that must be it because I got these power tools, or this must be it because I like to do that. That ain't it. That is not it. You have a masculine like look on life, and that's what it is. It's not stuff that you do. If I had a girl that goes in the backyard and builds me a pergola, I wouldn't give a fuck as long as she's feminine. Who gives a shit? It's like what comes with it is your attitude that comes with it. I don't think, but for some reason, a lot of women don't see the kind of like attitude and how they come off is really like do this. It's not what you do. It's like how you are. So, I mean, I just don't know why like people who are actually hardwired like that, like women who are hardwired, kind of like she is, why they just don't come to reality that you're going to have a dude that's not going to be very masculine and be good with that.
No, I agree. Kim, you got anything?
I think she misunderstands. I think she misunderstands what men are referring to when it comes to masculinity and femininity. I think she's thinking about being more of like the damsel in distress type of femininity where you can't really vouch for yourself, you can't really do anything. And I feel like she's she's also taken masculinity, you know, in the simple term, not necessarily what Marcus was saying as you're being combative and you have an attitude and you have a terrible mindset. I feel like that's, or you have a more alpha mindset. I feel like she's taken it in a whole different direction.
Yeah.
Rob, what you got, bro?
I have to run off. What's your initial question before I start going off the rails?
No, so what Bo was going in on, so basically she was saying that having equity as a woman, how come she can't go and build, let's just say, a birdhouse in the backyard and do the things that she likes to do as a woman, you know, go and build shit but still look sexy doing it? Why do men feel as if it's a masculine thing overall? Why do men look at women as if that's a masculine thing? And so and why do men run away from that?
You want the watch my words version or you want the raw version?
No, I want the raw version. As the name says, unbiasedly raw.
She big as hell.
Where do you find this one?
I beg your pardon.
Where y'all get one from?
Damn!
Oh, he started in the Bronx. I got that.
Yeah, okay.
My nigga. Roll your window.
Hey, Kay.
So she need a shack so she could
Nah. All I'm saying is the next time you go to the mall and you in a rush and you don't want to.
I'm not talking to you no more. I'm done.
Just bring her with you.
Good night. Good night, yo. Disrespectful. She's a beautiful girl.
I ain't say she wasn't beautiful. I hit her up after 11 too.
But if you take about 100 pounds off,
I'm not gonna lie. I'd have her saved in my phone as singular wireless right now. Free nights and weekends.
Okay, you gonna date her? Okay, you a dater?
Who?
You a dater?
This girl?
Yeah.
I ain't gay.
Exactly. So we can't listen to the way you look at her. Oh,
I'm not listening to y'all. Y'all crazy. She is not no damn linebacker.
Hey.
Nah, she going up. Yeah, she going up the A gap like a motherfucker.
That is singular wireless, Kay.
It's so bad. She's very
Bro, you see how big those guns are? She got some guns on her, man.
Jerome Bettis, number 36.
I can't handle it.
Jerome Bettis, number 36.
Can't handle it. Leave that girl alone.
No. Y'all
Yes.
asked for my opinion.
Oh Lord.
Come on, man. She look like fucking Lil Durk auntie.
Stop.
What?
Yeah, she do like an
Nothing
auntie.
wrong with that girl.
I ain't say nothing wrong with her. She can still get put through the headboard.
Exactly.
So let me ask you,
The
Kay,
thing is,
who
when
look
she
better?
building the birdhouse, we ain't saying Miss Parker.
So
It
let
look
me ask you,
different.
Kay, let me ask you a question though. Who you think would get chose first? Bo or Jasmine?
Jasmine, because she's tiny and petite and she's
Exactly.
the little teeny tiny girl.
There you go. There you go. Simple. And we ain't saying that Bo is not attractive, but just saying that when you got to pick you got to pick between
I'm
the two.
sorry.
You gonna go for Jasmine.
I mean, our
So
community.
y'all don't like them thick. That's cool. There's plenty of men that like her thick.
Hey, no, okay, no.
What's the
not
rest of her
doing
body
it.
look like?
No,
Y'all just judge her from shoulders and shit.
No,
You can tell from the shoulders.
Okay.
Look at them shoulders. Look at the difference in them shoulders.
We not gonna do this shit.
Why you doing that to her? Leave her alone. Anyway, off topic. Leave her alone. Can't let y'all.
On topic though. It's still
My
on topic.
man Marcus look like he a linebacker. She look like his twin. We not doing this shit. Stop calling these big bitches thick. Y'all done blurred the lines.
No, she thick. She good.
Thick
She look
where?
healthy. She look healthy.
Thick with 19
Nah, we
days,
need
'cause it
that.
ain't
No,
no
we need that.
C's.
We need a Kendra cam for her. We gotta see. I gotta see what that. I gotta see. She got that done lap.
No. We not doing this. Thick where?
In the right place.
In the right.
Nah, you need
No,
to play with.
that is
you need to
Big
play with
Mama.
me.
Nah.
When Lotto
Yeah.
said Big Mama,
Nah,
that's
hold
who she
on.
was talking about. That is not thick. Y'all need to quit blurring these motherfucking lines.
Nah,
Well,
I gotta
some
see.
people like big mamas.
Nah, let me see something real quick.
I never said that she was bad.
Okay, you ain't even play with me in my face.
We not gonna blur the lines. We need clear-cut definitions from 2025 going forward. That is not thick. That is big.
Wrong angle.
Nah, okay, you ain't even play with me in my face. Not today.
I can tell from the shoulder blade to the top of that bicep that hand got some flap on the back like a flying
This
squirrel.
man got some flap
That
on
is
the
not
back.
thick. That
This
is
man,
big.
dog.
Ain't nothing wrong with that girl. She good.
Ain't nothing wrong with that girl.
She probably cooked macaroni and cheese from scratch and it's busted.
Ugh.
That is not thick.
That
is big.
Busting.
Nothing against her. I'll build a birdhouse with her. If you see this, we love you. But thick ain't your adjective, baby.
Y'all know that.
It's something different over there. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all been traumatized. She good.
Who?
Also, I see you trolling right now.
You know what, Kay? All right, I'm gonna get back in this cup of yak because you ain't gonna do me.
Is that? Yeah. Hold on, let me see something.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Put Instagram up.
Yeah, let me see something right here, big dog. Let's see something right quick.
That's the Instagram.
Yeah, that's the IG right here. That ain't her. That ain't her.
No,
that
go
ain't
back
her.
up. The one right above that one when she's stressed out. Yeah, click on that one.
Nah,
she gonna show you nothing.
Nah, let's see. I'm trying to see if we can. Let's see if this is.
Look at them little legs.
Nah.
Just round in the middle. She good.
What you mean just round in the middle? That's rotund.
I love you, but it look like before I get my hug, we gonna fight.
We been fighting. It's cool.
So you telling me when she take that dress out, you telling me she ain't got that done lap?
She got a little something, but she.
Okay, stop it. Them is drapes. Them is drapes. Stop it. No.
Come on now.
That's the cookout table. That's the curtain you put on the cookout table, so you don't see all the damn pans and pots under the table.
Stop.
No. I'm not. No, it's my birthday week. I'm going super raw this time. No, we not doing it. We not blurring these lines. She is big, and big women need love too, and I'll give her that love. But we not gonna blur the lines and call her thick. It's a difference.
It's an older picture too. She was smaller right there, like she was younger too. Nah, this is older. Nah, that's an older picture. Nah, that's an older picture. You can tell. Let's see. Is that?
Uh-oh. See, look at that. And Miss Parker, she good.
Nah, that ain't it.
Nah,
she ain't that big. See?
She ain't.
That's not thick though.
Yeah, that ain't thick at all.
That is thick.
How? In the stomach?
The booty and all of that.
No, okay. Give us your representation of thick. Mention the
We're not
IG.
debating this girl no more.
We not. Mention the IG that we should pull up right now so we can see what your thick look like.
Her.
That ain't thick.
That's obesity.
Did you see that fupa? It got the fold on it.
You ain't see no fupa.
I know you lying to me.
All right, we ain't picking this girl apart.
Hold up. I just gotta see this. I just gotta go back to this one picture, and then we'll get back to the video. But we
not tearing her apart. I love her.
My bad, homie.
Yeah, she cool. Yeah, she cool people. You know what I'm saying? But we just gotta keep it. We gotta keep it a stack.
Hey, just like we was talking before when y'all was talking about Jay Raw over here with all the big people. This a big one I might take down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna blur the lines and say thick. That's not no.
It's giving thick.
Okay, I'm gonna fight you.
I just call it out of shape.
When we get these 1,000 subs and you pull up to this meetup to give back to appreciate.
That's an older. But here's the thing. That's an older video though. So let's make sure we got that in place.
See, she look exactly the same.
Because a lot of times, a lot of people when they overweight, they wear a lot of big clothes, so they ain't got to show their stomach.
And that's perfectly fine. I'll rub the honey butter on her stomach and lick it off. But that's not thick. That is big. Stop blurring the definitions. We're not gonna do this, Kay. I'm not letting it down tonight.
I'm not changing my words.
I need to see what your thick look like. Give a representation of thick.
It's right there. I don't understand why you keep asking me that.
So thick is full titties, flat stomach with a nice waist. I ain't talking about no muffin top hanging over the top of your jeans. A booty and some nice hips.
Mm-hmm.
She got all that.
Once you jump through any of them proportions.
What a flat stomach is? Well, I'm trying to find out.
It's smaller than the rest of it, so it evens out.
Okay, I ain't got time for you.
I got time. She can't be doing no, you know what I'm saying? She a real woman.
No. We
You
not
have to
gonna
have a
do
flat
this.
stomach, goddamn.
Let's get into it, bro.
Not gonna do this.
Let's get into it, bro.
We're not doing it.
Let's get into it.
All right. Thank you for that. I have 2 or 3 points I think that could be very helpful with this. Number one, you and Jasmine, are y'all outside of you two being equal in terms of being human beings, like in terms of value? Are you two equal? No, right? So if you're not equal with another woman, then you're not equal with another man. And I'm not equal with Darwin outside of the fact that our equality starts and stops, believe it or not, with our humanity. All other distinctions, our gender, our age, our experience, our skill set, there's reasons for why one person will get the job, another person will get the job. In 2025, there is nothing that you can't do in terms of employment, right? Even in terms of intense fields, physical labor fields, they'll lower the standards now for women so that they can do it. So if you want to be a firefighter, you don't have to have the same standard that a male firefighter has to do. If you want to be in the military, your mile won't be the mile of your male counterpart. You want to be a police officer, you name it. Field after field after field. By default, because you're in America, as a woman, you can already go and do that. The issue for all women, and I'll say this specifically to Black women, is, yes, you're right. You probably had experiences where there were some men that were turned off because you had a certain type of job. A lot of men, I can't speak for your personal experience, but a lot of men are not actually turned off by the job or even the type of job. They're turned off by the traits that are often associated with those women. The behavioral traits that sometimes comes with women that has very demanding schedules, demanding jobs, demanding fields, is that they're highly disagreeable, that they are a little rough around the edges. They assume because I look good that I'm still feminine. Because I get my nails done, I'm still feminine. Because my hair and I got my makeup on, I still let a man lead. Well, I always look at it through the lens, does your outcomes reflect the thing that you're saying that you're doing? So an example of what I'm basically saying is when I talk to women who are struggling in the dating market, and they're saying, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But I'm saying, but if all the men, your outcomes would typically be different. If I'll say it this way, because you kind of mentioned something in terms of you want to be perceived a certain way from men, right? You want them to still see you as soft, as still feminine, or in essence, right? And that you don't want what you do to impact how people see you. If we flip it, and this is where I think both sexes can get a better understanding of this stuff. When you all question what it is about men being turned on and turned off about stuff, what's your icks? What's your things that makes it known? I can't do this guy. I absolutely can't take him seriously. I'm not going to return his phone call. That's not my type. Whatever that list of things is that attracts you or turns you away, we have our own version of that. And again, no one has to teach us that.
Well, but my point is that there is a very rigid view of what a woman is. And so I get icks. I promise I do. And I'm not, again, I don't invalidate experiences. It's
okay.
Like how you feel, how you experience things. I'm never going to invalidate that. But there is a very rigid view. Like you have to meet these certain points to be this feminine woman to men. And for me, and the other women can agree or disagree, but for me, the ick normally is that rigidity and all of the things that come with it. The rigid masculinity, the rigid like gender roles.
Why is it rigid?
I don't like, because it never, like, it can never be anything else but what you all see it as, right? Like, you're not allowing people to just be people. Like, women are not these bullet point things. You cannot list what a feminine woman is because it looks different.
We live
And
in a
it
society.
should look different, just like men in their masculinity can look different.
Bro, sorry, Dawn. Bro, I have a question for you, and I hope that this question will illustrate the direction I'm going in.
Okay.
Who do you think has more prerequisites or standards in order for them to be satisfied and interested in order to date the opposite sex?
Oh shit.
Who got the higher? Who has the much longer list of expectations that the opposite sex has to meet in terms of requirements?
Okay, if we're talking about in society, then I guess it has to be women.
You guess.
In
So,
society.
No, that hurt. That hurt for to say that.
So hold on, just 1 second. So just to clarify, there's actually very few things that men are actually looking for and to satisfy. And I think our standards have had to go down every decade in order for us to be able to still find a suitable partner.
Not mine.
So what I'm suggesting is rather than trying to demonize women with their lengthy list of prerequisites. So for instance, if you feel like you don't want men to be so rigid with their viewpoints, I'm not going to shame women that want a man that's taller than them. I'm never going to shame women that want a man that's not weaker than them. I'm never going to shame women that don't want to be with men that they don't feel safe with and that he feel like that he can't protect them. So rather than being like, well, you just need to change that. No, that's what you can't go through 10,000 years of evolutionary biology and know that who you are and how you've been shaped to be. There's actually certain natural inclinations of which no one had to teach you that you may have felt safer with a man that you weren't looking down on. That's just hardwired in you. So remember when I mentioned about that blank slate theory thing? A blank slate theorist will have issues with the opposite sex's stances of what they're attracted to that they feel they're not measuring up to. So when you hear these men that's going off and complaining about women this and women that, evolutionary biology is learning about, in order for you to not be a genetic dead end as a man, you have to adapt to what women want. You don't get to dictate what it is that women are attracted to or what they want. What they want is what they want, and they're not going to settle. So if we're going to hold women to that standard, then we have to hold men to especially men who have the choice and option as well. The man that you want has standards just like you do. And just like many of the key core things that you either like or don't like or turn-ons and turn-offs, you get to arbitrarily decide which one of those you want to honor or set aside. So too does he. Now, for you, a guy may look at you and initially think a certain thing. Oh, she's going to be rough around the edges. She's doing all this hard manual labor. But what happens to the guy who has that image in his head and then he talks to you and he gets the total opposite experience? Suddenly your job and field and craft of what you do for a living doesn't matter to him anymore. Because experientially, that whatever's happening outside that home, when you walk through that door, he doesn't feel it. Guys don't care. Guys ain't, when women are like, if I went to school or I made all of this money, I didn't go to school to make 80,000, 100,000, 125,000 to date a guy that's making 40. We're never going to shame her into accepting a guy that's making $40,000. It's not going to happen. She put herself in a position that that's what it is that she desires. And either she's the type of woman that can garner and get that type of man, or she doesn't. If he's the type of man that's saying, I want a woman that's feminine, soft, respects my leadership, displays submissiveness at times, and works well with me and is on my program. Are you the type of guy that can get that out of?
No, it's a malfunction right here. She rolling her eyes. It's a malfunction. What's going on?
Women, regardless of what she does for a living. Every guy doesn't qualify for the type of woman that he wants. And guess what? Every single woman doesn't qualify for the type of man that she thinks she wants.
Right.
We have to learn how to adjust to the sex we're saying we want. What we're doing as in dating, communication. This is a great, to me, I think this is a really cool analogy. Imagine going to for a job interview. You get there, you sit down, you're late, you in your pajamas, and you slide over your resume, and it's a whole bunch of irrelevant stuff that has nothing to do with the job position that you want. And as the person's trying to ask you questions, you're talking about how much you want to make and what your hours is going to be, and they're saying, well, this is what our salary is, and this is the prerequisites of what we're looking for in experience, and this is what we'd be willing to pay you, and this will be the schedule. And you say, yeah, I don't like any of this. I want way more money. You say in 5 days, I'll do 2 days. One of those days is going to be virtual. You just making up your own rules. What's the likelihood of you filling that job position? And you getting picked? Less than slim to none. Men have, each man, if there's different types of men, there's usually general attraction triggers of what most men want. And the men that are of demand, their standards are even higher. So I'll give you an example on my end. When I was younger and I was chasing after and thirsty and trying to, shoot my shot, and I'm sending flowers and doing all this stuff. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. I said, man, this is a hell of a lot of effort. By the time I got to 30, things were a little bit different. And when I was on a dating app, I was a BLK Black. I had flew to Atlanta for 2-hour layover, and then I flew to Chicago and landed. When I flew to Atlanta, 2 hours, turned my phone on real quick, turned it back off, didn't check the app, got to Chicago. The 2 hours I was in Atlanta to the half hours I was in Chicago till I got in my cousin's car when she picked me up from the airport. It was 72 to 74 women that had matched with me, or initiated contact with me after 2 hours in 2 different cities. You don't get to dictate anything to me. The other 69 women, I can choose. That's the dating market. So if there's nothing else I'm going to say tonight that's going to be helpful, if we understand the opposite sex better, we'll move different. In the global dating market, we ain't worried about America, in the global dating market, in terms of desirability, it's white men at the top, it's black men number 2, it's Hispanic men number 3, and Asian men number 4. In terms of desirability, in terms of all the data and stats that they're collecting in terms of marriages, in terms of sex, access to sex, and the dating app data. Black men are second. Mm-hmm. Asian men are last. Mm-hmm. Asian women don't want Asian men in mass. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, depending on the depending on the data, number 1 is either Asian women or white women, depending on the study. And then number 3 is Hispanic women. And then last is black women.
Oh, you just crucified yourself.
It's not crucified, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I'm saying it in that way and breaking it down in that way is a lot of this animosity that we're having with each other, black men and black women in this country. Africans don't see us as a part of their tribe. Jamaicans don't see us as a part of their tribe.
Stats.
There are no other groups that do. So if globally you are the least desired, and even the other black people, even if the other black people come here, they will look at you different, and they'll still treat you a little bit different. And it takes you a while to kind of warm up, and they'll be honest and say, when I first came here, my parents said not to deal with the black Americans. I've heard that they have told me this. Who else are you going to listen to in terms of whatever it is that's causing you to be at the bottom of the totem pole of desirability? than a black man looking you in your face and saying, this is what I need to feel loved. This is what I need to feel connected. This is what we need in order to feel like we can get back together with y'all. And vice versa. Black women need to communicate and let us know what it is that we're failing and dropping the ball on. So all I'm saying is rather than trying to focus on men need to adapt to me, that's not the real world. If you want the job, if you want the position, you need to fill the prerequisites. If the prerequisites are softness, feminine, non-argumentative, more agreeable, either you want to be that or not. And if you were like, well, I don't want to do all of that stuff to get with a man, you're going to end up with the man that most women don't want and other men don't respect. The man that has respect has standards. And
hold on. Boeing, are you fact checking him right now?
All right. So what are y'all thoughts? I'm gonna let Kay go first.
I think it's very disheartening to hear again that Black women are not good enough in another instance, because we have always had to work the hardest at so many things and stand up for so many things and be proud of ourselves no matter what challenges we face. And we face the most challenges, obviously, even down to when it comes to love. And I think that is where the disconnect is for a lot of Black women, because we've had to learn to be strong, and we had to learn to overcome, and we had to learn to fight at work and fight at home and fight in the streets and fight in every aspect of almost all of our lives. We've had to fight to be who we are, and we became the way that we are. And we had to be strong, because if you're weak, you get, you fail at a lot of things. You don't get a chance to accomplish a lot of things. And I think that's the biggest disconnect when it comes to Black women, outside of us not having a lot of guidance and direction because of the broken homes, because of the trauma that our mothers and grandmothers have gone through. And so a lot of us are lost out here. So I think it's very hard for a lot of Black women who are like Bo to accept that we are where we are, and that, yeah, we do have to change, unfortunately, to be able to have a man, to be able to accommodate what they're looking for. And I think that's the biggest roadblock between Black women and understanding this. It hurts to know that Black men would rather go to another race because of all the shit that they've experienced with us, but we are the way that we are because of what we experienced with them. And it's a terrible back and forth. And it's horrible to hear that they're number two, and obviously, they're choosing other options, and we still have our women learning how to twerk every 5 seconds on Instagram, on the social media, on TV, in the streets. Like, it's just so much of a disconnect. It's very disheartening to understand that. And then it's even harder to change who you are to fit that mold again. Mm-hmm. So I understand why she has all these faces and why she's not really listening, and because she's trying to protect herself and she's trying to protect Black women, because that's how we always had to be. But she does have to open her mind, because he's not wrong at all. And I think that's going to take several generations for us to get there, and we'd have to get out of this swamp that we've been bred in.
Marcus, what you got?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, Kim. I'm not to disagree on the reason, but I hear what you're talking about. So my thing is, I mean, us as people in general, I mean, I won't even say it's a Black thing. We all go through a lot of shit, and to get to wherever we got to go. I just don't think men harbor it a lot. I think a lot of times women think they have to be a certain kind of way to get like the respect that they think they, I wouldn't even say deserve, but just it's just kind of like you come off a certain kind of way because you think maybe you're at this certain level in your life or whatever it may be, and you just have this certain sort of wall up, and it's almost like you have to go above and beyond to get over this wall because I have done so much shit, and the list goes up on and on and on and on. We like I said, if you think about a relationship, you're both adults. You both have to work. You both go through the same shit at work. Whatever you gotta do. But I think the problem is we just gotta kind of get over that. Like it's like a competition kind of thing. I think I get more of, hey, we gotta work together to do this. It's almost like this. Like I kind of use it almost a little bit, or I kind of think of it the same way. A lot of women like this. Like my mother would do shit like this. She'd be like, hey, go to the store and get me Jiffy cornbread. The one you have to go to the one, it'd be like 20 miles away from the house. I'll just go to one across the street. Say, nope, go to the one that's over there. That one's better. I'm like, it's in a box. It's still the same. I can just go across the street. Nope, I told you to do that. You got to go over there because I told you to do it. It's almost like a kind of situation where I know the best. I've been through life. I've been through all this. You need to listen to me, show me the respect. Even though if you say, hey, that just don't make no damn sense, okay? Like you just don't want to. A lot of times, women just don't want to listen to it. And then what I hear from a lot of other cultures, they're okay with listen to if there's any sort of situation, they respect your opinion a lot more. And like I said, again, it's not like it's not a competition. It's just a lot of times, like I feel like a lot of women are just wired a certain kind of way, and just got to get away from it. It's not a competition. Hey, we're here to help each other out.
And that's culture, right? Because Spanish women, they're taught to cater to their men. Most women in other cultures are taught to cater to their men. And we were taught to be independent. We were taught to not to rely on them. We were taught that black men ain't shit. We were taught that they're going to do whatever they want to do. So we were given this stipulation.
But it's easy to break that.
Makes it harder. It's not easy.
It is okay.
Change people's minds. You can't change people's attitudes overnight.
Not if you're older, but like for your next generation, it's very easy to change.
If you have the right mentality, you can teach them. Yeah. Yeah,
I think it's something that we need to start preaching more, that they need to change, because you'll get a lot of people say it's like in our DNA, we can't change it, and I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that, because I know multiple people, white couples who have adopted black kids from other places, and now the kids are like 10, and you know what I'm saying. Hey, they don't act like what you think they would act like. So it's definitely easy to change depending on your environment or whoever you're around who's teaching you. But I just still think, even as an older person, even it's like, I'm telling you, I have a victim mentality. Like I live with a victim mentality, 100%, and I have to fight that shit all the time. I'm telling you, and it's one of those things. It feels so good to be a victim. I beg your pardon. It feels so good to be a victim sometimes. I'm telling you, like I can go through shit at work, and I'll be like, man, they just fucking with me, type of shit. Like, like, hey, like, it's just all kinds of shit. And I have to think, I have to step back a little bit and be like, yo, bro, whatever the case may be, did you show up on time today? No, but it still don't matter. Anthony didn't show up on time either. So, like, and in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm justified. I was earlier than he was. And a lot of times I gotta fight that shit. So I'm if you understand like what the problem is, it is I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's definitely you can change it. You can start making like things to make that move forward.
What you got, Raw?
Shit, I ain't got nothing. They ain't trying to hear nothing, so hell, I look like wasting my damn time.
Disrespectful.
Okay.
All night with this.
You not gonna do me, all right?
Mm-hmm.
No, honestly, this whole new world, everybody just fucking bitch made. Everybody's scared to fucking have their own fucking bag of mistakes. So everybody want to live the last person's reality, and I don't get it. Like, you gotta go out there, put yourself out there, put your neck in the guillotine, see if your head get chopped off or not. But no, You seen your auntie go through something, now you scared. You seen your mama go through something, now you scared. It's too many scary ass motherfuckers. Nobody takes risk anymore. Everybody playing this shit super fucking safe, and it's fucking bullshit.
I agree.
So I don't know. I ain't got too much to say on the shit because it's a heap of shit, and I don't know if Bo gonna come figure out our stream and think that I was getting on her for being a little bit on the big side. But
man, shit, Bo be alright, man. She might be more inclined. You know what? Let me go ahead and get in the gym and get fit. Let me go become my best self. You know what I'm saying?
I doubt
if she wants some crab legs, tell her holler at me.
And let me join the earn not giving community, man. Because you know what I'm saying, they ain't holding back water over here, man. They gonna tell it like it is.
But I mean, I know people gonna find the pod and be like, "Oh, Raw was going off on the big women." It's like, hey, it is what it is. Y'all can get some love. I love y'all.
I kept it safe. I kept it safe. I didn't say nothing.
Hey, they hugs a little bit softer. I ain't gonna hold you. You could melt in the big girl, but we just gotta unblur the lines between big and thick. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. We gotta unblur that line because thick and bro, I'm telling you, it's not the same thing. Obese and thick ain't the same thing.
Now, why did Bo say that her and Jasmine were not equal? What was that about?
Well, so I think what he was getting at is that does he think that because they're blurring the lines, right? So when a lot of people talk about, of course, when a lot of women talk about being equal to men in this aspect, they're talking about just on the basic level as human beings. Yeah, we're equal. Human beings, we're equal. Human beings. But then when you add the context of male, female, we're not, regardless of how you look at it. Because there's things that women can do that men can't, and there are things that men can do that women can't. So just on that playing field alone, we aren't equal. So if you just bring it back to sports, why is there a women's sports and a men's sports?
I'm saying because he asked her he asked Bo if she and Jasmine were equal, and Bo said no.
Bo said no because I'm pretty sure now you could probably look at it. Bo probably in her mind. Now I could be wrong, and she can if she see this video, she may say like, no, I was looking at it from this point. But how I'm looking at it is Bo probably looking at it as I think I'm better than her. I think I'm on a different level. I think I'm on a different level than she is, or I could be wrong, or she probably believes that Jasmine's on a level that's better than her, and she don't believe that they're equal. She don't believe that they are the same.
Well, women always say men, and especially in a relationship, that you're equal and everything's equal together. I think what he's trying to say was because women give other women hella compliments, and they look at real shit that they're good at, and they look at shit that they're not good at. Work. So if you try to compare it to a woman, she's gonna be like, no, we're not the same because she's better than me than this, and she's better than me, but I'm better than her than this. But you tell her about a man, no, you guys are equal.
Yeah, so that's why he was just trying to give her an equivalent, so that way instead of her comparing herself to a man, she compares herself to a woman, so that way he can make the equivalence. Like, okay, so if you think that you and her aren't equivalent, what makes you think that you're equivalent to a man?
I got that part. I just wanted to know the thought process behind it. Like, she got more money. Like, what is she factoring it on? But I guess we won't know.
Could be based off of how she's presenting herself right now. Look at the two.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at how Jasmine look, look at how Bo look. Or you can say, look at how Jasmine look at how LaShia look.
Because you can ask any man, he's not equal to another man. I mean, he's okay. Yeah.
He said that too. He said the same thing. He said, look, do you think that the guy who was talking, he said, do I look like, could you say that me and Darwin are equal to each other? And they said no, like we aren't equal to each other. But he didn't say who was better, who was better or whatever the case, but he said no, we ain't equal to each other. Because I'm pretty sure from the looks of it, Darwin probably taller than Ass Brother Podcast, or the fact that Ass Brother Podcast is more presentable looking in this particular picture than Darwin is. So there are many different factors and that comes into it. And then most people know subconsciously anyway. Like, look, most men, most women know you can look at a motherfucker like, yeah, nigga, I probably ain't on that level yet. So I gotta work to get to that level. But they ain't gonna tell you outright.
Yeah. Hey, so Kim, would you say like anyone you've been in a relationship with would you say that you're probably, if you want equal, you'll
question.
It's a yes or no. I mean, you gotta really say it. I mean, you gotta go real deep into it. Do you think you're on the same level as any dudes you've dated, or were you higher?
I feel like I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Okay, so that means you're higher. I got you. see, exactly. You think the same way.
Yeah, they drank that, plead the fifth, and then drink some water. Like, yeah, I definitely.
Like, I don't want the internet to know how I really am.
Oh, all right, we not gonna bully her.
Look at you standing up for me. Thank you.
No,
disappeared.
Ain't nobody bullying Kay. She know what time it is.
I know I'm toxic, but I take care of my people now.
When
you in. It's the folks stuck on the outside.
Listen, everybody on this panel gonna protect Kay.
That's a fact.
Everybody on this panel gonna protect Kay.
I love y'all.